Hey YouTube land. Everybody's been asking me about my no-nonsense makeup. How do I get prepared for the day if I don't have a lot of time to spend? So I figured I'd do a quick tutorial with you guys to show you how I get it done. I start off by priming a clean and moisturized face with Nivea Post-Shave Balm. I'm pretty oily and this keeps my makeup intact all day and it keeps me free from shine. Next, I take a spoolie to these unruly brows. I want to make sure that they've got some shape before I start to define them. So I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer in chocolate. And again, it comes with a spoolie on the end. And then I'm just going in and lightly filling in the brow so that it's got a little bit of definition before I get hot and heavy on the brows. I know, bad habit, right? Holding my face. But if we want to get this face done in 15 minutes, I need precision and it needs to look good. And so, yeah, I'm holding my face. Sorry, guys. Next, I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Pomade in Ebony and really give those brows some shape. You don't need a lot of product here, remember that. And it's not an exact science, right? So, I mean, you see I'm moving through this pretty quickly now. Of course, that could be because I've been doing this a million years, but my point is that it doesn't have to be perfect. There'll be time to clean things up and you'll never even know the difference. I'm gonna go in and clean those brows up with MAC Studio Finish Concealer in NC50. So remember, I talk about it not being perfect. Well, now's the time to make it perfect. So I just want to go underneath and on the top with the concealer to finalize the shape of those brows. And I also don't want them to glow. So this concealer is comparable to my skin tone. So as you can see, it's not white. It is like my standard concealer that I would use for the rest of my face. So again, I don't want my brows like to just be like on 1000. I'm gonna go on the top of the brows and do the same thing, but what I want you to notice here is that there are no harsh edges. I blend everything out. I don't wanna see any lines of demarcation anywhere. I want the brows to be precise, but I don't wanna look like a mannequin. So make sure that you are using either a beauty blender or your fingers to smooth out whatever lines you find. And make sure that you've got some nice soft edges. On to foundation. So I use 2 shades of Kat Von D's Lock It Foundation. I use 76 and 78. I use 76 on the inside of my face and 78 on the outside, just because I need to have some dimension, because quite honestly, my face isn't the same color all over. I use my fingertips to apply the product because I like the finish that it provides. It just melts on contact. And I don't want it to look cakey. So I use that and then I follow it up with a spritz of Fix Plus on my beauty blender and blend, blend, blend. Now I'm going in with the Kat Von D Lock It Foundation in 78, and really this is all about the outside of my face. So I want to blend everything outwards and down. And if you care anything about how you look in public, make sure you get your neck. I'm gonna lift out the high places and planes on my face with Anastasia Beverly Hills Concealer in 3.5, touching my chin, underneath my eyes, around my brows, and down my nose. These are the points on your face where you want the most light. And so I wanna make sure that those places pop and stand out. And just like with everything else, blend, blend, blend. I use the butt of the Beauty Blender on the flat places on my face, so my chin and my forehead. And then I use the pointed end underneath my eyes, on my nose, and right between my lip and my nose. So I'm not really doing a contour, but I do want to bring some shape back to my nose. So I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Concealer Kit in Deep, and I think the color is chocolate. I'm gonna make sure I put everything down in the notes so that you guys have all the products that I'm using. But I'm just trying to make sure that I bring some dimension again back to the center of my face. Making sure to kind of hit that little cupid's bow and under my lip because my lips aren't full, so I need a little bit of help there. Remember, no glowing eyebrows, but I am going to go back in with the ABH Contour Cream Kit and swipe some nude right underneath those brows. I don't have a lot of eye space and I don't have a lot of definition, so sometimes I have to create it, and this is just kind of one of the ways that I do that. So now you guys get an idea of how everything looks. And I'm just gonna go in with some Laura Mercier translucent setting powder and dust my face. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm really, really oily and I need this face to stay all day. Going back to create some definition and some shadowing on the face. So I'm just gonna hit my temples and the hollows of my cheeks with MAC's Powder Blush in Blunt. Remember, everything is about blending. You don't need a whole lot of color. And this is probably gonna look a little red to you guys, but again, I'm oily. It's gonna oxidize and it's gonna smooth right out and it's gonna look great. The key to a lot of this, guys, is trial and error. You got to know what works for your face, your shape, and your skin tone. So sometimes you're going to get it right and sometimes you're not. Right now, I'm just going to take some dusting powder and place it right underneath my eyes and set my nose because those are the places that are oiliest and to me, the places that break down a lot faster. I'm gonna go back with that Blunt powder blush and I'm gonna hit the Cupid's bow down the sides of my nose and the creases of my eyelids to make sure that I'm still creating and building dimension on the face. I am going back in to reinforce that shadow I created with the blunt powder blush with Bare Minerals Matte Foundation in Deepest Deep. Still building dimensions, still building color, but not a lot of product. So I just want to make sure that the low places are deep, but the high places pop. Now it's time to make those lids pop. I'm going to use MAC's Paint Pot in Painterly. It is a staple in my kit, and I'm not even going to put anything on top of it. I just want to make sure that I've got a seamless transition from the lid to the crease to the brow. Now it's time to go in and dust that loose powder off of my face. Simple step, but I gotta make sure that I'm getting rid of all of the excess powder. And right after I finish that, I'm gonna go in with L'Oreal's Voluminous Mascara Primer and just hit my lashes. I'm doing this now because I actually want it to dry a little bit before I actually put my mascara on. After all of that dusting and powder, my eyebrows look pretty ashy. So I'm just gonna go back in and redefine those brows a little bit. Quite honestly, I think this helps them look a little bit more natural. And I don't think I applied any more product to the brush. I'm just going back in and making sure that the lines are clean and crisp. I use Laura Mercier's Tightline Cake Eyeliner. It is everything to me. So I spritz it with a little bit of Fix Plus, and I use an angled brush, and as you can see, it comes out perfect. So I promise you that I'm not gonna look like a glazed donut when I finish, but I do use Becca's Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed Powder in Opal, and I just dust that on the center of my face. I'm not a big cheek highlighter, but the center of my face, I really need that to kind of lift out and pop. So this is just what works best for me. You guys can do whatever you want. I dust my face brush with Fix Plus so that my highlight actually blends in and it doesn't look like I have like cellophane on my face. So now it's up to Maybelline's Big Shot Mascara. I'm almost done with this face. Top and bottom lashes. I don't wear falsies because I have a fear that by 65 I'm not going to have any more lashes left. So I got to preserve what I've got. On my lips is MAC's Pro Longwear Lip Pencil in Bittersweet and NYX or NYX, not quite sure how you pronounce it, but they're matte lipstick in Sable. Now you guys get to see me take down my godforsaken scarf and pull my locks out and actually look like a human being. One last thing, take your beauty blender and blend at your hairline. All the way around from your ears, all the way up your scalp. Trust me, you'll thank me later. So now I'm all done. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Thanks again.